Hello, dear students, how are you all? Today we will start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 12, Chemical Effects of Electric Current. So, before understanding the chemical effects of electric current, we need to first understand what is electric current or electricity. You all have studied, children, that everything in this world is made up of matter. Now, this matter is further made up of small particles called atoms. So, you are also made up of atoms. So are the chairs, tables, the food that you eat, the air that you breathe. Everything in this world is made up of tiny particles called atoms. Now, children, atoms are further made up of even tinier particles. So, atom consists of two types of charges. Positive electrical charge, it is denoted by a plus sign, and a negative electrical charge denoted by a minus sign. So we will first understand the structure of atom. In the structure of atom, you can imagine this as your solar system, a sun in the between, and the planets revolving round in fixed orbits around the sun. Similarly, we have the structure of atom. In between, in the place of sun, we have a nucleus. In the nucleus, we have a positive electrical charged particles called protons, and along with protons we have some uncharged particles which are called neutrons. The number of protons and the number of neutrons are equal. Now this is the nucleus which will be having protons and neutrons. Around the nucleus in the fixed orbits are revolving are electrons. Electrons are negatively charged particles. In an atom, the number of protons, the number of neutrons, and the number of electrons are same. So, atom remains neutral since it has equal number of positive and negative charges. So children, we can say that atoms are uncharged bodies because they remain neutral due to the presence of equal positive and negative charges. Okay, now this positive and negative charges attract each other like the poles of the magnet. We have studied that North Pole and South Pole are two opposite poles, so they will attract each other, and the North Pole and North Pole will repel each other. Repel means move away from each other, that is opposite of attract. So, and the South Pole and South Pole will also repel each other. Similarly, in an atom, positive and negative charges attract each other, and the same charges, that is positive and positive, will repel each other, and negative will also repel each other. Okay, see here, positive and positive will repel, negative and negative will also repel, positive and negative or negative and positive will attract each other. So this is the thing that you have to remember always. So here in the structure of atom, we can see in the center, in the nucleus, we have protons and neutrons. Protons positive charge, neutrons uncharged body, and outside around the nucleus are electrons in fixed orbit. Okay, so we can count the number of positive and negative charges. See children, here we have two positive charges, so electrons are also 2. Here if we will count the positive charge, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 positive charges. So we will have equal number of 7 negative charges also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So the positive and negative charges in an atom are same. So this means that the atom is neutral. But by some means, if we make this atom either rich in protons or electrons, they are said to be charged. So when an atom will lose an electron, it will become positive charge, because when the atom will lose electron, the minus sign will go away, the negative charge will go away. So it will have more of protons, so it will have more positive charge, so the atom is said to be positively charged. And similarly, on gaining an electron, suppose an atom gains an electron, it will have more negative charge, so the atom will be said to be negatively charged. We can understand this by an example. Suppose an atom has 7 protons and 7 electrons. Now 1 electron is lost. Now the atom will be having 6 electrons and 7 protons. So it has more number of protons, that is more positively charged. So we will say that this atom is positively charged. Similarly, if the atom gains an electron, so it will have, instead of 7, now the atom has gained 1 electron. It is having 8 electrons and protons are 7. So it has more negative charge. So the atom will be said to be negatively charged. So always remember this, then that when an atom loses an electron, it becomes positively charged, and when an atom gains an electron, it becomes negatively charged. So a charged body having an extra electron is negatively charged, and a charged body that is deficient in electron is said to be positively charged. Now the question arises that how we can make an atom lose an electron or gain an electron, or how a neutral or uncharged body can be charged. So there are 3 methods of charging of bodies. First is charging by friction. Friction we have already studied. It is a force that comes into picture when 2 surfaces are made to come in contact with each other. So when 2 objects or 2 bodies are rubbed together, one body gives up its electrons and becomes positively charged, while the other body gains that electrons and become negatively charged. Example of this are small shocks from a doorknob after walking on carpet with rubber sole shoes. So you might have experienced that when you walk on a carpet or anything which is rough surface, and then when you touch any metal surface, what happens? You experience an electric shock in your hand, a small shock. That is because your body is charged due to friction. Okay, laundry from the dryer that clings, or a balloon rubbed with hair sticks that to a wall. So when we have to stick a balloon to a wall, what we do is we rub the balloon with our hair and then we stick that balloon on the wall. This is due to the thing that when we rub the balloon with our hair, the balloon gets negatively charged, and so when we stick that to the wall, the balloon is attracted towards the positive particles of the wall. After some time, the balloon again becomes neutral, so it falls off from the wall. So this is charging by friction. So rubbing of 2 bodies can create positive and negative charges because of the transfer of electrons from one body to another, and this produces the electricity, and this electricity produced by friction is called frictional electricity. Second is charging by conduction. When a neutral body touches a charged body, the charge gets transferred to the neutral body. Okay, so this is charging by conduction. See, electrons are transferred from the rod to the ball, leaving them both negatively charged. And here electrons are transferred from the ball to the rod, leaving them both positively charged. So transfer of charge from one body to another on touching is called charging by conduction. The third method is charging by induction. This is when a neutral body is brought near a charged body. The electrons present in the neutral body are forced to move within it. This is called induced electricity. So in induction method, there is no contact of neutral body and charged body. Just a neutral body is brought in near a charged body, and without touching, the electrons present in the neutral body are transferred to the charged body. Okay, so three methods of charging are there: friction, conduction and induction. So you have to remember this fundamental laws of charges at rest, that first is there are two types of charges, positive and negative charge. A charged body will always attract a neutral body, and like charges will repel each other, and unlike charges will attract each other. To prove this, to observe attraction and repulsion in charged body, there is an activity number 3 given in your book, in which what you have to do is you have to blow up balloons and hang them from the broom handle. Okay, and you have to rub both the balloons with the woolen cloth. So both the balloons on rubbing will become negatively charged. So you will see that this both balloon will move far away from each other. They will repel each other because they both are negatively charged. And instead, if we rub only one balloon with a woolen cloth, only one balloon will be negatively charged. Other balloon, in comparison to the first negatively charged balloon, will be positively charged. So one positively charged balloon, one negatively charged balloon will attract each other. Okay. Similarly, we can do this with two empty plastic bottles also in the activity. Now we will study about electroscope. Electroscope is an instrument which detects any charge on an object. Okay, so an electroscope consists of a metal disc fitted with a core, and it is connected to a rod which is of a copper wire, and below that it is attached with metallic leaves which are very thin. Now children, if we rub a glass rod with silk and touch the disc of this electroscope with this positively charged rod. So if we rub a glass rod with silk, what will happen? Electrons from the glass rod will transfer to the silk. So the rod will become positively charged due to loss of electrons. Now when this positively charged rod is touched on the metal disc, we will observe that the leaves will move away. These two metallic leaves will repel each other. Why? Because this positive charged rod, when it is touched to a metal disc, the positive charge is transferred through this copper wire to this thin metallic leaves. So both the leaves are positive charged. So this both positively charged leaves will repel each other. Okay. So here this is done by conduction method because we are touching the glass rod to the metallic disc. Similarly, if we bring a negatively charged body to this metallic disc, the negative charge will transfer through the copper wire to this metallic leaves, and both the leaves will get negatively charged and they will repel each other. Okay. So this is an electroscope and it is used to detect small electric charges. If these leaves repel each other by touching any body on the metallic disc, we can say that that body possesses some charge, that body is not neutral. And if we bring any neutral or uncharged body and touch this metallic disc, since there is no charge on that body, no charge will transfer through the copper wire to the two metallic leaves, and two metallic leaves will not repel each other. So we can say that the body is uncharged. So this electroscope is used to detect whether a body is charged or uncharged. Okay, if the metallic leaves repel each other, we can say that the body is charged. If the metallic leaves do not repel each other, we can say that the body is uncharged. So this is the work of an electroscope. Now children, since now we have understood about what are electric charges, we will understand what is static electricity. The word static means not moving. So creation of electric charge in a body which are not moving, this is called static electricity. Build up of electrical charges on an object. So you might have experienced that when you remove synthetic or woolen clothes, you sometimes hear a crackling sound coming out from them. So children, why does this happen? This happen because your woolen or synthetic clothes gets charged when they are rubbed against your skin. So this produced them with charges, and this is known as static electricity. Okay, so we can say that the sparks from your clothes which are caused due to static electricity. Now, how have you experienced static electricity? When we walk across a carpet, the negative charges from the carpet goes to us, and this negative charges will be held in our body till we touch anything. Okay, so now your body is built up of negative charges. The negative charges are kept on your body until we touch something, and then when we touch something, we experience an electric shock. So this is about static electricity. Static electricity is what? It is the building up of electric charge, and it is there in a body till we touch anything. So the shock that you feel is the fast movement of negative charges from your body to the another object, and the movement of charges is called discharge. So the building up of charges is called static electricity, and the movement of that charge from the charged body to the neutral body is called discharge. Lightning is also an example of discharge of static electricity during a storm. This is due to the ice and water droplets rub against each other, and this builds up with the electric charges. Okay, so those who got the negative charges move to the bottom of the cloud. If the build up of negative charges gets large enough to handle in the atmosphere, the charges jumps to the ground in the form of lightning. There are other instances also of experiencing static electricity, that is, rub a balloon with your hair and stick it to the wall. This is also an example of static electricity. If you rub a ruler, that is your scale, with your hair and stick it to a paper, the paper will get attracted towards the ruler. And there are some other examples also given in activity number 1 and activity number 2 in your book. That is, if you tear a newspaper into very small pieces and put these pieces on a table and rub a plastic pen with a woolen cloth and bring the pen close to the bits of paper, the papers are attracted towards the pen. Similarly, you can try this by rubbing the plastic spoon with a fur, okay, or combing your hair with a plastic comb, and then see whether it attracts the bits of paper or not. The next method given in activity number 2 is turn on the water tap and let a slow stream of water flow, and then Run the plastic comb through your hair few times so that the combs get charged due to rubbing. Now hold this charged comb close to the water stream. You will observe that the falling water bends towards the comb, that is attracted towards the comb. In all these cases, due to rubbing, the objects are charged due to friction, due to rubbing. Okay, they become negatively charged or positively charged due to transfer of charges while rubbing, and this produce static electricity in them. And then when we bring close to other neutral objects, the neutral objects are attracted towards them, so there is a discharge of static electricity. This is all for this lecture, children. Go through the topic and understand it nicely. Okay, take care. Bye bye.